Here's an interesting premise for a game. In Librarian, tidy up the Arcane library. You do just that. A fairy went nuts in Merlin's library, and you, as the librarian, must pick up all 3,000 plus books and place them on their proper shelves. For the sale price of $6, I couldn't pass this up, as I thought it looked like a fun, casual, relaxing game. And really, without getting too far into it, it really is. With only a singular goal and nothing stopping you from doing it, the gameplay is extremely straightforward. Approach a book, press E to pick it up, figure out what shelf it belongs on, and press E when facing that desired spot on the fixture to place it, and then repeat about 5 million times. There's only a few small rules to placing books, other than making sure they are on the right shelf. One, they can be on any shelf on their appropriate categorical piece of furniture. For example, a book about equations must be placed on the math shelf, but it can be on the top shelf or the bottom shelf. Placement in this way does not matter. What does matter is that each series of books must share the same shelf, and they must also be placed in numerical order. You can't put book 7 before book 3. That just won't work. Also, although most series feature 10 books, there are some that are less, and these series must be placed on the side shelves, which makes sense since you need to leave room for the larger sets. Other than that, there aren't really any rules to the game. Thankfully, you're not completely inept, and can pick up 10 books at a time, using the mouse wheel to scroll through them. Once you pick up a book, at least at the start of the game, you'll be consulting the 2 maps frequently to figure out where they should be placed. After a while, you'll start memorizing where each category is, and won't need the map as often. Also, you'll know when a book is placed in the right area when it glows gold after setting it down. If it just flashes a quick yellow outline, then you have the right area, but either the wrong shelf or it's in the wrong order. This simple indicator is very welcome, especially when you have books that you feel could be placed in 2 or more categories. In order to make your job a bit easier, after every few full shelves, you'll unlock magic points that can be spent in one of 5 skills. Each of these skills has a slight cooldown, but they are all each beneficial in their own ways. Highlighting the bookshelf that a book belongs on is highly useful, as is making all literature matching the top book in your held stack glow. But I found the absolute best is the ability to magically make all books that are in the series of your topmost held book get added to your stack. No need hunting down specific books with this skill now, is there? The catch is that these magical skills make the game far easier, and your placement of the books more efficient. But I'm a bit crazy, as after about halfway through my first playthrough, I started over. Why? I found it more fun to not rely on these magical abilities and do everything by hand. I found the game calming and addictive, and although a fantastic feature of the game, using these skills almost felt like cheating. I liked the feeling of progression, seeing the shelves fill up and the floor book free. It took me about 11 hours to complete the game this way, and I felt satisfied when it was done. Fortunately, there's a few other additions to the game that help out your efficiency. Right from the start, there are 4 locked chests on the 2nd level of the library. Unlocking these will give you extra perks, such as increasing the amount of books you can carry at one time, to sprinting and jumping. That's right, the Merlin decreed that this is a library. There is no running or jumping in a library, but he'll allow it just this once if you can unlock the chests. The jumping is awesome, as you can freely leap between the 2 levels without constantly having to run back to the stairs. The catch is finding the keys. Some of them are in plain view, and others require a bit of searching. What's great is that while you're playing the game, you'll find that each book has a distinct cover, making them all look like stuff you'd see in a library. Books about curses and hexes, as well as necromancy and stealth, all appropriately have black covers, while holy magic and healing are typically white in nature. Romance books are brightly covered, and books about economics are green in hue. It's fun checking out each individual book just to see how it was designed. If there was one thing I'd add to the game in an update, if I was the developer, it's this: randomization. If the books were randomized when starting a new game, I feel like it would further improve the chances that I would play it again. And I will at some point. This game is just too addictive to not come back to it. Librarian, Tidy Up the Arcane Library is a fantastic game that really shouldn't even be considered a game, since it really does feel more like work. But this so-called work is fun, and work's not allowed to be fun, right? Stacking up books and placing them on shelves to watch a faceplate glow blue upon completion gives you a feeling of accomplishment. It's a great puzzle/zen game to just relax to in between frantic FPS sessions, and it's one that I hope gets some extra features in the future. But before I give the score, here's a few tips for those that are interested in starting the game and don't know where to begin. Don't do what I did and miss the entire monsterology tomes that are right at your feet at the start of the game. Otherwise, that stupid tutorial box will haunt you for a while. Plus, it gets you one step closer to your first magic point. After that, you may want to start on Holy Magic, Healing, Romance, and Philosophy tomes that are all usually brightly colored and easy to spot in this mess. Which magic should you choose first? I'd highly recommend the one that brings all the books to you. This is such a time saver, and the more points you sink into this, the quicker the ability charges, and the more books that are flown to you. Plus, this makes filling up shelves even quicker. As for the keys, where are they? I'm not going to spoil this, as finding them is half the fun, but just know this. 2 of them are available right at the start without moving a thing, and once you unlock the chest for jumping, the 3rd is within easy grasp. Other than that, filling up that library is on you. Good luck, and look forward to that pizza that the Merlin promised at the end of your task. Final score? 6 out of 7. This is Reaper. Happy fragging.